You know, there's a process that you have to go through whenever you need to get a piece of medical equipment. I mean, if you've been in an accident or for whatever reason, besides going to your doctor and them giving you a prescription, well, we decided to come talk to the gentleman that knows, David Wolf. How are you? Grace Healthcare. We're at the Pops Ferry location today in Biloxi. And tell us a little bit about that. I mean, somebody goes to the doctor, they've had an accident, or they've up in years or something like that.
You bet.
And there's a process that they have to go through.
Yeah, today what we really want to spend a few minutes with is when it comes time that you need a wheelchair or a bedside commode, you had a broken leg, or it's a knee walker, or a rollator, which is a walker with wheels, or a lift chair, any of these things. It's not as simple as it used to be. There was a time we could just go and get a prescription and carry it into the store, and that was it.
Right.
Well, now it's fair. You know, there was some abuse, and now the government and the insurance companies want more documentation. So it takes a little bit more. The great thing is, Grace Healthcare is we're prepared for that, and you could come in. In fact, we're at the store in Biloxi. We have two wonderful people here, Trina and Brittany. You can come in, spend a few minutes with them, and they can tell you what your deductible is, what will be covered. If it's 80% will be covered, what your copayment will be covered, will cost. So you'll know what you're getting into. And there may be another choice. You may look at something and say, well, the rollator is a little bit more money, I'll just go to a standard walker. We're not going to put you into something that doesn't make sense for you financially.
Or practical. Because one of the great things too is that when you come in and talk to Brittany or Trina, is they're going to find out. It's like a little interview. You know, what's your lifestyle? I mean, you're going to be moving around a lot. You still want to be able to move some, and so like you said, you may be your rollator over just a regular walker.
Yeah,
that you depending on what your situation is.
I compare it, coming into Grace Healthcare, I compare it to this. I was at a store, I probably shouldn't mention that, but I was at a store, and the lady at the counter was super nice and said, well, I know you bought these shoes, but if you had this coupon, do you have this coupon? I said, well, no, I don't. I didn't have it. It says, well, I have an extra one here. Let's zip this through. And she got me the best deal possible, took 10 or 20% off the price of the shoes. We do the exact same thing here. Now, if you have a Grace Healthcare coupon, bring it on in, bring it on. But the fact is, we're going to come and look at your finances and your insurance. I'll say that, and figure out. Look, if we wait until your deductible's paid, then you won't have to come up with any out of pocket. If you pay the physician first or the hospital first and get the deductible done, then you won't have to come up. Or if your copay is larger for this piece of equipment or it's smaller, we'll let you know, and make that difference. And if it's something, oftentimes you only need something for a few months, well, you don't have to get the Cadillac for 3 months. You can get the piece of equipment that'll suit you just for
you can rent it instead of purchasing it.
Absolutely, and get a rental. And a lot of insurance are more driven that way. It used to be with power chairs. Like it used to be all power chairs, motorized wheelchairs were purchased. Now they're rental for the first 13 months. So we'll look at that. And the good thing about that is Grace Healthcare will carry and repair and maintain that chair, make sure it has good batteries and it's in good shape for 13 months that it's rented. So there's an education side of it, and we're trying so hard because of how fast insurance is changing.
And I wanted to mention real quick, just back up just for a second, about the chairs. We've talked so many times before in the past. I mean, you've been on the show with me for 12 and a half years now.
Yes.
About, people said, oh, I could go online and I can get this chair at such and such a price. Well, thing is, sure, what you going to do if you have a problem with it? That's why they should come to Grace Healthcare, because you have the place down in Gulfport,
right,
that works on them. You have
I have two technicians full-time
there
that are just repairing,
qualified, fully certified and all that. That if you've got a problem with it, you can they'll come pick it up. take it over there, work on it.
And here's the thing, there's another thing is, just with that, often, and most of the time, we can get those repairs paid for it. And look, it'd be a whole lot easier for us to just say, we're going to charge you the hourly rate and the price of and just get a check or run your credit card. But we take the time to look and say, wait, let's see, we can get this billed to your insurance. We can get your repairs billed to our insurance. And they'll take care of it. Medicare wants to see that piece of equipment that they're renting repaired or they're purchasing for you.
Sure.
They'd rather repair it than buy a new one. And they'd rather repair it and pay for the repair than have a person in a fixed income spending. You can spend a lot of money on a repair. So it's...
Because it all depends on how souped up you want it. Huh?
That's right. Yeah, it sure is. But the big thing is we're taking the time, because the reason Grace Healthcare is here today is because I promise we looked at our patients and we treated our people that way 15 years ago, and we're still treating them this way. We want them to be the same. We want them to be with us forever. Speaking of that, we had commercials often on Grace Health, on WLOX. We had them for years. And there was a man named Dirty John DeSangelis. And he was a dear friend. And I just wanted to say that he just recently passed away.
Oh.
Yeah, but he was with us a long time, a great guy.
I remember he come in over the store on Broad Avenue
Oh,
a few times
yes.
while we were over there.
Yeah, he
I
sure
remember that. Great guy.
Excellent fella. And just want to send a night, tell the family that we love
Definitely.
Dirty John. So
Definitely.
And everybody here enjoyed seeing him. So
Talk about the different locations that you have for people to deal with,
okay,
with David.
yeah, I'll tell you that the way it's worked out, we've been very fortunate. We're kind of if you're on I-10, you'll always find us. We're starting Slidell, go to Gulfport. 2 locations in Gulfport, Biloxi, Pascagoula, then Mobile, Alabama, Pensacola, Florida. So all of them off I-10. And then going north, we're in Hattiesburg, we're in Columbia, Mississippi, and in McGee, Mississippi.
Oh.
Yeah.
Several locations to choose from throughout
Right.
the South. Well, you know, as we talked about, if you're in any need of any medical equipment, remember, of course, they'll be glad to answer all your questions, whether you come to the location here on Pops Ferry Road in Biloxi and talk to Brittany or Trina.
Real quick. And thank you, Flip. He's been a photographer for years, or the cameraman for years.
Oh, I got to
Thank
work
you
with
for
him.
all you
Don't
do.
tell him that. Oh, we love it. Appreciate it. Anyway, Grace Healthcare, all over the Gulf Coast.